Level 1, the expense patter. It begins with something small, a $20 lunch you claim was a business meeting when you actually ate alone. You tell yourself it is a victimless crime, a way to compensate for the long hours and the lack of a recent raise. You learn to manipulate the digital filing system, adding a few extra miles to your travel report or claiming a personal Uber ride as a corporate necessity. The thrill isn't about the money, which is negligible, but about the quiet satisfaction of outsmarting a system that treats you like a gear in a machine. You don't realize that you have just crossed a line that becomes easier to step over every single time you do it. Level 2, the inside trader. You are sitting in a meeting when you hear a piece of information that hasn't reached the public yet, a failed merger or a breakthrough patent. You realize that this knowledge has a specific immediate dollar value, if used correctly. You don't trade directly, you suggest a move to a friend or use an offshore account to buy shares before the news breaks. When the stock price jumps and the profit hits your account, it feels like you've discovered a secret cheat code for the world. The guilt is buried under the excitement of the easy win, and you start looking for every conversation and every email as a potential source of untraceable wealth.
Level 3, the siphoner. You have been given control over a specific departmental budget, and you realize how easy it is to create a ghost vendor. You set up a shell company with a name that sounds professional and start sending yourself small monthly invoices for consulting services that never happened. You measure your success by the fact that the accountants never flag the $3,000 payments hidden among millions in corporate spending. You use the money for a lifestyle your salary shouldn't allow. Better cars, expensive watches, and dinners that cost more than your first week's paycheck. You live in a constant state of low-level anxiety, double-checking your fake invoices every night, but the greed is now stronger than the fear.
Level 4, the book cooker. You have reached the executive level, and the pressure to meet quarterly earnings is crushing. You realize that the actual numbers won't please the investors, so you begin creative accounting to hide debt and inflate revenue. You aren't just stealing pocket change anymore, you are manipulating the reality of a multi-million-dollar entity. You tell yourself you are protecting the employees' jobs and the shareholders' value, but you are actually building a fortress of lies. Every spreadsheet becomes a work of fiction, and you spend your days in meetings defending numbers that you know are mathematically impossible. Level 5, the Ponzi master. You have become a respected figure in your community, a person that people trust with their life savings and retirement funds. You promise high, consistent returns that the market cannot possibly provide, but you don't actually invest the money. You use the cash from new investors to pay off the old ones, creating a beautiful, shimmering illusion of success. You spend your nights calculating the burn rate, knowing exactly how many new clients you need to keep the house of cards from collapsing. You are no longer just a criminal, you are a performer, playing the part of a financial genius while you drown in a sea of stolen dreams. Level 6. The launderer. Your operation has become so large that you can no longer hide the cash in simple bank accounts. You begin moving money through a complex web of international shell companies, real estate holdings, and cash-heavy businesses like car washes or casinos. You are erasing the history of the money, turning dirty funds into clean assets that the government cannot track. You speak the language of offshore trusts and tax havens, feeling like a ghost moving through the global financial system. You have lost track of whose money is whose, seeing only the flow of digits across a screen that represent power and protection. Level 7. The collapse. The knock on the door comes at 6 in the morning, a sharp, rhythmic sound that tells you the game is over before you even open it. Men in windbreakers with federal seals on the back move through your house with practiced efficiency, packing your laptops and ledgers into cardboard boxes.
Your name is on the news within the hour, and the genius reputation you spent decades building vanishes in a single news cycle. Your friends stop answering your calls, your assets are frozen, and you are left sitting in a cold interrogation room. You realize that the complexity of your crimes was never a shield, it was just a longer trail for them to follow. Level 8. The Inmate. You trade your tailored wool suit for a rough orange jumpsuit and a number printed on your chest. You are sent to a minimum security facility, often called a camp, but the loss of freedom is absolute regardless of the lack of barbed wire. You spend your days performing menial labor, scrubbing floors or raking leaves for cents an hour, surrounded by men who made the same calculated risks and lost. Your family is gone, your career is a cautionary tale in textbooks, and your legacy is a trail of broken people who trusted you. You have all the time in the world to realize that the millions of dollars you moved were never truly yours, and the cost of the easy life was your entire soul.